Sullivan to break.
Frame 6 then of a possible 9, and we're getting towards the business end of the match now, and although there's only one frame in it, it becomes that much harder in a short match. Even when you're only one frame behind, you're under a little bit of pressure. Ronnie breaking off left-handed, as he nearly always does these days. Still plenty of encouragement from the Ken Doherty supporters in the audience, but they're a little more controlled than earlier. It was quite raucous at the start. In case you missed the earlier stages of this match, I can tell you there was some really undisciplined shouting, and referee Alan Chamberlain had to call for order and eventually call for stewards. Nicely on the black. So close to knocking a red in there. Just got away with it. You heard a few oohs and ahs in the audience.
Nine.
It's got to work for the next red. I mean, if he can get to the other side of the table, the right of the table, he can pot a couple of reds, and he's done that. He's done well there. There wasn't much angle. Just done across to the right of the table. Wouldn't mind if this was fairly straight, this red, so he could just run through. I think he possibly has the angle to do that if he wants to. Black will pot to the right and left corners.
17.
And he held the spot this time. Maybe he has, knowing that if that's the case, well, I think that Ken is believing it goes up onto the blue spot, the black, which I think it does. Pink spot was covered. Alan Chamberlain just checked that. That was deliberately played by Ken.
25.
Certainly the red at the bottom and to the right of the pack will pot to the left corner, so that's what they'll be looking at getting on here.
$31. $32.
Need some speed on this one to get up top side. Just a slight angle, I'd say.
Go.
What happened there? Something in the arena just slightly putting Ken off, I think, there for a second.
Where's the white?
Foul.
Well, that's very unfortunate.
Ken Doherty 32. Ronnie O'Sullivan 7.
Well, I suppose he would say that he probably should have made contact with the pack, but he's gone in off. It's a bit unfortunate in the end to have gone in off. There wasn't a pot on, but that's where the break ended. Things getting a little bit serious now for Ronnie O'Sullivan. He wouldn't want to go 4-2 down in the best of 9. That would be quite a long way back. So this frame is pretty crucial, I think, to his chances. He would fancy the job if he could get this frame back after going a few points behind. Well, there is applause, but he wouldn't have played him behind the green like that. It's not the shot that Ken would have played. This is tricky because not only is it an escape from a snooker, it's a little swerve with left-hand side. So he can get the cue ball down the cushion a little further.
Not hard enough.
No, and those shots can be misjudged when you're playing a swerve. Sometimes you can misjudge the speed, and that's exactly what Ronnie did there. Completely got it wrong. Ken's got a red to the right middle if he wants it. He's got a thin cut into the right corner. Can't imagine that he's going to have the balls replaced here. I don't think that that's in his favour at all. There's the red he's got into the middle, but he's not playing it. He's playing the thin cut.
One.
Well, he doesn't want to be straight on the green. I think he probably is. Don't see much of an angle there. So that's maybe a chance to win the frame that has gone from Ken. Maybe he could have done better there. I mean, okay, he'll probably play a decent safety shot, but Ronnie will come back to the table.
Ken Doherty.
Nicely played.
Yeah, this looks a really horrible snooker, doesn't it? This looks like a snooker that it's going to be hard to hit. I mean, he's got plenty of reds there, so I don't think it's going to be a question of a number of replaced shots and misses called, but played that with side. Doesn't want to go into these too firmly. No, that's fine. Good shot. There's a little bit of a crisis there that Ronnie has got out of. Could be back in behind there again here. Ken could possibly play this safety shot in such a way to get him behind the green again. Thin off the edge of this red. That's what he's tried. Oh, yes. Not bad, eh?
Well, not bad, and I suspect that the green there actually just rolled back onto the white a fraction, working in Ken's favour there.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. Sort of clung to it, didn't it, a little bit? Sometimes you see that. Well, I think there's going to be a red possible, but you know, it's not going to be easy at all to get onto a colour. So he probably thinks, is it worth taking on a red that I could miss and leave Ronnie in?
I think he might well go for the tactical ploy. Send that white down into the ball end again.
Might be looking at behind the green again here. This time Ronnie can at least get to a red.
Nicely picked out.
Six. Seven. $14.
Certainly a handy lead that Ken's got where the balls are. A number of pretty tied up reds. He's looking at how he's going to get onto a colour from here.
15.
That's out. Well played.
Yeah, absolutely perfect.
Well now, this is getting a little bit interesting, isn't it? As you said, Neil,
22.
Ronnie will not want to go 4-2 behind in a best of 9. He would have to win the last 3 to stay in the competition.
23.
It's not a tournament that he's won, although of course we've only had it on 3 previous occasions. On the first of those occasions it was only an invitation event when Matthew Stevens won it back in 2005. Ronnie got to the final the following year, but Ding Junhui beat him 9 frames to 6 on that occasion. And talking of the man from China, I can tell you that he's now trailing to Mark Davis by 3 frames to 2 over on the other table. Meanwhile, frame ball for Ken Doherty here for a 4-2 lead. And this would be
35.
deemed a turn-up for the book, wouldn't it? With Ken being the outsider of the two in terms of ranking these days.
36.
And not having beaten Ronnie, remember, since 2001.
Yes, and he's getting a bit of confidence together now. Ken has played
41.
quite tidily all the way through the match, to be fair. Done a lot wrong.
42.
Ronnie's missed more balls, and so the 4-2 reflection is right, I think, on the scores. It's been Ken who's been on the best of form. What's Ronnie got left? Hopefully
47.
a little bit more. I mean, don't mind who wins this game, but it's going to be Ken who takes the lead.
47 and the frame, and Ken Doherty goes within 1 frame